episode 2. Here we are. Trying for the third time to record this, as first time my audio was uh, louder than my microphone for some reason. So um, I have made some progress. We're going to show it off here. So uh, I got the garden all set up. We kind of changed the way everything looks. And kind of really nice with the fence. And we got some sand paths, and we put in some light gravel to be able to kind of do everything. Here you can see pretty much if I click anything, I no longer have the ability to see the information, so I gotta place it and then click info so I can see. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, that's fine. So let's get some more natural pathing in here because I would like to. We are doing. Yeah, we're doing like paths. Okay. Um, make sure we have like gravel paths everywhere it needs to be, so it looks better. And then I need to get the sand path and finish what we were doing. There we go. Uh, so basically, I have terraforming to be able to replace areas where it didn't. You can't do it because like it's marshy soil or something. You can't put stuff like this on it. And then up here we got our silos going. So basically, we have it set to get rid of these corpses. Why destroy and destroy? Okay. So got silos going. One is going to be for hay grass, like hay and stuff, and then this is going to be for the grains and oats and wheats and things that we get. Now they are bringing the bodies from a raid we had before the second recording, so we're just getting rid of that. I've changed to put our freezer here, and this is going to be our main storage. Then we have kind of the building we set up here for living, and then I did move the hospital, which originally was here, because I'm like, it's close where people are living. We should have it there, and I moved it to over here for now. It might not stay here. Eventually, obviously, all this stone's gonna go, so this will be all open, and we can figure out from there. Um, and then this is gonna be like the guest area for guests to come visit, and they can stay and stuff. Haven't decided the 100% look on that yet. Kind of just knit place right there for now. That'll definitely change. And then I kind of outlined the kind of castle up here where I want to have kind of the colony leader and husband or wife or whatever up here. And then this is going to be like kind of the way that I want to set up the showers and bathrooms. Like one side's male, one side's female. You have tubs, you have two showers, you have sinks, you have fountains. They can come in here, and maybe fill this with some like decoration or something like that. We also got some outdoor lamps to look nice. We have some windows on here for decoration to kind of look nice for like houses, per se. Um, and then eventually we're gonna have the hot spring once we get more marble going, which she is charging. So is the wait a minute, where did little bot boy go? There he is. Did he full charge? No, he's not full charge yet. So she's still charging. And then once she gets to 100, then we can put little bot boy on, and that should be helpful. So while we are waiting for that, we will go back to the gravel path. And what I would like to do is kind of come off here in two different directions. And basically what we are going to do is kind of come over, like we're going to connect. I thought about doing a two wide path, and like, man, they don't actually really ever take it. So it's just going to be more for looks right now. I'll see how it looks. If I want to do two, we'll extend it. And then what I will do is kind of extend this out on both sides to make it bigger. That way it's kind of in the middle of this, kind of to make this like the central piece right here. We got like a nice little fountain. Um, and then obviously you have here into the homes, and then I'll have a path coming up here and stuff like that. Kind of just make it like paths that they've placed down. Eventually we might change that to actual different pathing to look nicer. I got a lot of decoration mods for different things to kind of look nice. And stuff like that. That's why we have so much stuff here. So we'll kind of see how it goes. I do like how the way some of these look. Some of these I don't. But I figured, it's better to have cool things add to the colony and storage and stuff. And we haven't even finished research, so we can go from there. I might have to cut back on some stuff, maybe get rid of it, like props. Might have to get rid of this, even though some of the stuff is cool, like vinyls and photos and things. But I mean, it's not really necessary, in my opinion, for some of this stuff. I kind of just looking at it to see maybe what it adds, but we'll see how it goes. And then we have other stuff in here as well for generating power and stuff. So I can't complain. We got fish tanks so we can make with just some wood, which is pretty cool. Sorry if you can hear my cat in the background. He's being a butt. Here you can see we got spaceship or spaceport visitor spot. We have spaceport beacon that we can put up to call people down, and that's going to be used for basically the hospital for things. And then the what is a snow spewer? Obviously, we don't have the plasteel for this, but I would like to know what the heck this is. So, an advanced climatic manipulator designed for environmental transformation. By extracting atmospheric moisture and seeding it with ultra-cold nanocrystals, a snow spewer blankets entire regions with continuous snowfall. That's cool. Definitely don't need it, but I think that's pretty cool. And then, ooh, a nature shrine, huh? Interesting. And we have elevators so that way we can go underground and get materials or cave entrance. We have tons and tons of stuff that we can put down and things like that. So that's something we might do eventually to get material, ship landing beacon, stuff like that, or we'll trade beacon. We'll have to figure it out. I think. Let's see. Can we put something like? How do we want to do this? Put that there. Maybe have that as a cool little spot, which I think is pretty cool. And then for now, we'll be okay with that. Oh, tax spot. Tax spot we can put over there. Salt mine, I'm not really worried about. And then we have like other stuff that we can do. Radio trade beacon. We can do put things. A vending machine. I do believe the vending machine, if we have guests, they will actually go up to it and use it, which I think is pretty cool. But for now, I am not so worried about prefab catalog. So the prefab catalog is something I found interesting. So apparently, if you put this down and use it, it will deliver prefab like blueprints, I guess, and you can just kind of put it where you want, and it will put prefab buildings. So you know what? Since it's something I really want to check out, how about we put it? I don't think it needs power, but just in case, we'll put it there for now. And since we don't know exactly kind of the space it needs to put our stuff down, I'm gonna actually move that so it doesn't end up like in the mountain or something. We have how many prefab? What's the name for that? One component. Okay, so they should build that pretty quick. I think it takes silver in order for us to be able to use it. I don't know. I didn't look too much into it, so we'll see. How is Robot Duck? So she's 85. He is down to 42, so he'll be needing a charge here shortly. Hopefully it won't take her much longer to get everything done here, but we'll see. We'll see how she goes. And then we can just fast forward so we can get through him building that. I do wish it would show you what his work speed is, or like he could upgrade with how fast he works. Alright, so open prefab catalog. So we can look at this: temples, insectoid, castles, and nobility, sanguine transportation. So all sorts of different things. Kind of what are we looking at? Oh, okay. So castle walls, castle corners, castle ballroom. So yeah, and that just tells you the prices. This is actually really, really cool. I do like this. Now, I don't know if you're paying for just the blueprints or you're paying for like the whole thing, which would be absolutely crazy. That is just a cluster of stuff. I don't like that. I don't feel like this should not be a thing. That's, in my opinion, bad blueprint. Like, I don't I don't like my people having to walk over things or quote unquote through things. I think it should be actionable walk, like it makes sense. Not your, just cramming everything into a base. And it does make sense. Like this right here makes sense, this one, but a lot of these are just it looks like they just cram stuff in. These three here are decent. And then the rest of these are just like, nope, no thank you. No, that one's not bad. But we got farms, so we got like a tiny barn, animal processing, nature paste barn, circle barn. So that's not bad. Food and rec, walk-in freezer, small freezer. Huh. This is actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. And apparently, the more mods that you have, the more kind of like what you can get out of it. I do like this one, and I do like the graveyard, which I think is pretty cool. Hospital complex, that is cool. How much is a hospital complex? 18,319. That is absolutely redonkulous. Holy cow. Uh, so is there anything hydroponics base? Okay, so that's all hydroponics and like mages. Okay. I didn't mean to click healthcare. We might be getting a mission popping up. Either that or doing this first my game, which I hope not. I don't want to have to restart this intro again for the third time. So we're gonna give it a second. Sometimes it's like 2 or 3 missions at once, and that's what causes this lag spike. Oh please, don't. Come on, we can do it. Let me continue here. We were doing good. Oh, saw him move. Okay, there we go. Sweet. So we're good. Yeah, I mean, this is, like I said, this is actually really cool. I really like this. So what does it mean by transport? Oh, okay. So they got rows, airplane hangar, simple helipad. This probably would be one that I would grab this one probably. One of these two. I do like gas station's pretty cool. Vehicle scanner. That's not crazy. Sanguiphage, vampire lair stuff. What about temples? Neolithic circle. Yeah, I mean, probably something we will do at some point, just kind of to see. Maybe grab this small prison and slap it down and kind of see what goes on there. There's something affordable that's not too crazy on our budget here. Different lads for different things. That's pretty cool, but they're expensive. But what about power? Wood-fired, oh, a substation. That's actually not bad, but that's chem fuel related. I probably would have to go with something like a solar farm. Wind farm isn't bad either. But I would assume you have to have, like I said, the materials to be able to do that. So, and then what I want to do is eventually get these to be, paths all around, and then maybe have solar. Maybe solar would be good. Um, do a couple of solar panels down here. And then what we can do is, all right, let me see here. So we need the power. So let me find that here. I wish this was alphabetical. It would make my life so much easier. And I don't know if there's a mod for it or not. I haven't really looked, but that would be fantastic. So an air generator would be awesome, but that takes advanced components, so we can't do that. But we have a 1x3, which takes, I think it's Vaxstone. I think that's the Vaxstone stuff. So that's just components. And we could do something kind of like maybe here and kind of just go down and then maybe put right here a little building with batteries. Ancient power cell. That takes stuff we don't have. And that just takes metal and components. So that's not terrible. And we could probably do yeah, we could do 1, 2, Do 2 on one side, and just kind of have like a row down the middle. Something I have to look into, maybe. So if we plan this out, okay. So if we say power, so we got to get the building in first. So the building would have to be something like this. Okay. We're gonna say like a little rectangle building here, and then we can do yellow for power. So we'd have battery, battery. We could just do. Wait. 2, 2, 2, 2. And do 2, 2, 2, 2. Yep. And then we could have a door, and then how big is the solar generators? So we put it here. So basically, what I want to do is then, I'm just pausing it real quick just so they don't. So it's 16. So 4 by 16. Okay, so then 4 by 16, 4 by 16, and then 4 by 16. I mean, that could work, honestly. 4 by 16. That's not what I want. I want that. So that would take, let's see, we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that'd be 400 steel and 6 at 12. So that'd be 12 components on top of what do batteries take? Batteries, I think, take 2. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16. So that'd be 32 components. That would pretty much be all of our components. Now we do have, obviously, component stuff right there. Which, you know what, I may as well grab now. We have some component stuff over here. I don't know how big that is. I guess eventually we could make components. The thing is, I don't want to get too carried away with pre-doing things that we don't technically currently need, which is the brain fart in here, the power, because we don't need it. We don't have anything other than lights, which I would try to run off of this, and these batteries here, and then have everything else on its own power grid. But we don't need, right now, currently, any more power, and we don't have any, like, production areas set up yet, which I need to figure out kind of where we want to set up and have. I'm thinking maybe what I want to do, instead of having the landing pads here, is maybe we have, like, a little landing area here. So we could do, instead of those, okay, get rid of that, and what we can do is we can go to orders and go to plans. I'm just do green for now. And maybe what we can do is something kind of maybe like this, because we don't know. What's going to be going on. No, we can do that, and then we will shrink. Then let's see, we do a 16 area. So let's change this to, we'll say blue for landing. So we could do, I guess we could do a 5 by 5, have a little space, 5 by 5, and then can we copy this? Will that fit there? They would be smacking. So we have a bigger spot there, okay, for maybe bigger ships. Drop off more, and then we could have little 12 by 12. You know what? Let's try to keep it somewhat symmetrical. Then we could expand maybe here and here, and have maybe one more there, and just make those landing pads. So, well, actually, I don't even need to do that. I can click this and rename it. I'll make this hospital landing pads, and then we can have it as maybe these 3 will be or these three can be landing pads for the hospital, and these three could be like spaceport, since we do have the ability for spaceports coming in. And I'm not really sure. Now we could also go with, okay, that takes, oh boy, that takes all sorts of stuff that I don't even know. They look cool though. So I'm thinking these right here. Um, I think this will create the stuff for this, but I do believe this is for the, what is this for? It's not production. UN industry. Okay, so it's for UN stuff. So I'd probably make it all that bench, and then there's research stuff and stuff like that that we could figure out, which I'm not super really worried about. Ooh, actually, see, I like those too, like little things. If I could just put them on there, that would be fantastic, but I can't. But what we do have, if I can figure out what it's under, is we do have standing lamps. So we could maybe put them kind of in the corners to kind of give light. We just wouldn't have this corner unless we want to get rid of it, which I probably would, honestly. I just clear that out so that way it stays even and doesn't look weird. So I don't think you can put, yeah, you can't put that. And I don't want to have to keep refueling that. We could do these as well. So, solar panel L. What? You. Oh, okay. So it's just changing the way the solar panel, I guess, kind of looks. Yeah, okay. So if we were to do this, it probably would have to be a... Oh, could I do an L in the corner? I can't rotate, so no. So it probably would just have to be... Because, I mean, that would be cool, but I don't know if it would... They have internal batteries, you know what I mean? To be able to do that. And I thought about that as well. It's just running down, like, maybe a couple of these down the middle. But I know they take a god-awful... How much power does this actually take? So this will take, yeah, 2,900 power just for that, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. Floor lamp, that takes 15. So we could put floor lamps as well, but I don't feel like it would look right. I mean, it might, because, I mean, if you think about it, you're outside and you're doing lights. So you could, I mean, you could also do a hidden LED light, but I don't know how much power that takes. That takes 2 watts. So maybe we could run it like down the sides here. I don't know. We'd have to look into it. Sorry, I had to stretch and move away from my mic, so if I did get quiet, I do apologize. Okay, so now that we have this going, we need to actually get stuff freezing. So let's do -20 and get this food actually freezing. So that way it's not, you know, doing anything crazy. That should be, hopefully, working here. I might have to do an industrial. That might not be enough to do it. I mean, it's getting there, but I think it's because it's trying to do both. It's having a hard time. So if we build a copy here, oh, that's gonna be another 200 power. Do we really want to do that to help out? I think that we should. Not that transports medium. So it's not supporting medium terrain. Why? What terrain? Alright, give me 1 second and then we will deal with that. We are going to do... Where is terraforming? Terraforming is right here. So actually do that, and then we can cancel that. So we have a group of gnolls from the Tremar kinship rod nearby. How many we got? We got one. Oh, okay. So that's a gnoll. Man, they are quick little guys. Holy Hannah. Um, Scythe, a hunter pack, some jade. Jade's always nice, and they got the ability to do a 100 thing. So I'm thinking if we take you, and you guys can come deal with the little gremlin trying to come on here and fight us, which is fine. So everybody get down here. Really don't want them deploying the hunter drone, because that's gonna really suck. But fangs and talons, yeah, that's okay. So let's get you here. Xenia, we can get you here. Maples, you know what? They're melee, so I ain't really super worried about it. And they both have sniper rifles, so we can. Yep. I don't even need to worry about it. They might not even make it to us. Oh, missed that one. Oh, missed that one. Oh, they missed that one. Okay. So can you come down here, please, and finish off? I mean, would they be good for a colony? I mean, we could. What's their health at? Their health is that. Go with animals. They're good at crafting, and they're decent at plants, intellectual. So they could just be kind of our person for doing stuff. So you know what? Let's turn this into a prison. Code copies. Actually, set this to prisoners. That's medical. As much as I really kind of... They're going to be bleeding out in 4 hours. Can you... Tamming out medicine. Yeah, don't finish off. So they didn't lose any limbs, which is good. I mean, we could always peg leg them for whatever's needed. You know what I mean? All right, and then you are going to do that, and we are going to capture. Okay, that's good. Now, did they drop their stuff, or do they still have it? Okay, so they still have it. And hunter pack, and will detonate when in range. So is that a... Okay, yeah, so one-time use, but it says charges. Oh, okay, so yeah, that's a one-time use. Probably should have stripped that off of them before we capture them, but hey, you know what? Whatever. Is what it is. So now I just need to actually grab this and change bills to... What is the radius on that? Okay, so we're good on that, we're good on that, we're good on that. 6 simple meals. That's not actually terrible. Let's unsuspend that. And we should be good. They don't need... yeah. Do that. Prisoner. Reduce resistance only. Wow, their resistance is wickedly high. Who is our warden? So 8 and 7. Alright, well. We'll see how that goes. Send the settlement. I would get send them to the settlement. Excuse me. But we don't actually have that yet. Hopefully they don't... You know what? Strip. Right, stripping. We'll keep the other clothes in there so that the way they can wear them if they want. But I need you to... No. I just want you to... force equip that. And then... don't allow any of that. Okay? Until you leave And then once they're capable of actually getting up, we will undo that. So hopefully they wear it, because they're gonna obviously need clothes. So see, what is that gonna get her down to? She is at 26. We'll see at some time here. Wow, that's a long conversation. Yeah. Come on. We can get out of here. You don't need to talk to her. You're up. 25. Wow. So 0.5. That's crazy. But I mean, it is what it is. So you, bud, can go to group 2, and group 2 you can go back to group 1. I just do it that way so I can kind of know what they're doing and where they're going. Can I eventually add? I can't, because they're not. Okay. Because even though I'm supposed to be getting married to Ashley, I want to put wifey in the bed. Because, like I said, with everything going on with this, it's weird. I try to put in their head that they're married, but it doesn't work. And then the religion also changes and doesn't work. Like, he's part of the religion, she is yet. Um, I can't give them roles. It says that they're not part of the Witchers. So I don't know what it is. It's annoying, but whatever. I'll make do. You know what I mean? Um, I we could put a light in there for them. Uh, something cheap for right now. It doesn't use a lot of power. This doesn't use a lot of power. Okay, so that's only 3. So you know what? How about this? We get rid of this bed here, and we put an LED strip right there for literally no reason other than it just kind of has light in there for them, because I do believe that will give them a boost. So yeah, maybe if we put lights in there, possibly. But I'm not 100% sure. Zena, where are you going? You're hauling some grain silo. You're hauling 41 steel. Okay, I don't understand your logic there, but okay. Why are you... What are you doing? You're cleaning. Why are you cleaning dirt? Oh, because we didn't do... Okay, we need to get orders to mine out. Actually, no. Strip mine. I don't want the roof collapsing, you know what I mean? Vertical spacing, no. Can do something like that. Okay, there we go. And that will keep the roof from collapsing for now. And then what I'll do is I'll probably build this and put columns in randomly. Well, not randomly, but I'll plan it out, and then we can finish getting, everything else out of there, so we don't need to worry about it breaking. You know what I mean? Then let's check on the temperature. So it's down to 45. Yeah, so we're just gonna build a copy right there and just get that to help, because it's not enough. This is being okay, it's getting there, but it's just not enough. I think it's just a little thing. I should have done an industrial. Honestly, I should have put the big one here, and I could have put the door down here. Yeah, the door would have been offset, but you know what? It is what it is. Or I could have put it... Technically, I could have put it here, but it didn't make sense because it's in water. You could say technically it's hanging, but I wanted it to be more realistic. So, but that's okay. So, what I'm going to try to do for you guys is, like I've been doing now, just keep working between episodes and getting things set up so when we come back, there's more progress, or have the materials to kind of start building stuff, and you guys can see it being built, have things more planned out. Like I said, it's a chill series for you guys to be here, something to listen to in the background while you're doing something. Maybe just come to hang out. Again, sorry if you hear my cat. He's a pain in the butt. But, yeah, we can go from there. And then, if I am not mistaken, Yeah, so what I want to actually do is when it comes to doing this stone, I want to increase the radius. We're gonna do, no, not that far. Jeez. Right now, I've limited it to just do marble chunks because that is what this is made out of. And for some reason, they won't bring these blocks over here to begin until they have exactly 500, which I think is ridiculous, but it is what it is. Um, so for now, we're gonna do that. But I appreciate y'all chilling, lurking, hanging out, and all the shares, the likes, the love. I really do. Uh, like I said, we'll keep going with this, and then eventually, I'll probably do a poll on Twitter. Later in kind of the series, I'll post links for everything. I'll try to edit the videos with everything in it in the description for if you guys want to come on Twitter and follow me so you can see when I'm posting. I'm trying really, I'm thinking for my post schedule, it's going to be, I'm going to try for Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for posting an episode. But right at the moment, I don't 100% know. I have to wait till I get the information for this upcoming week of what's kind of going on, and we'll see. And then we will go from there. But I do greatly appreciate it. Again, you all being here and watching. I'm actually really enjoying playing RimWorld this way, just having a chill where we're not getting constantly bombarded. Now, if you guys would like to see a more chaotic series where we're playing on like a normal difficulty and not kind of chill and just building, please let me know. I don't mind having the next, build biome we do. I can always restart this. Obviously not this, but we'll finish this, and then when I go to the next build, we will put it on normal, so we're dealing with a bit more actual like combat, being attacked while trying to build a colony, because that's what most people are going to play on. You're not going to play just to build pretty nice looking civilizations and things like that. So, but thank you all for watching. I hope you all had a great weekend, and I will catch you next time.